Hi, welcome to The Wine Stain. I'm your host Dave Cerfozo, and tonight we're going to try 3 of the Cabernet Sauvignon from the Chateau St. Jean Winery up in Sonoma here in California. We have their $15 version, and we find this around in stores usually for around anywhere from $10 to $12. This is their $27 version. It says Sonoma on it. The difference is you'll see this one just says California, this one says Sonoma County, I believe. Sonoma County. And this one, as I said, is $27. I usually find it for about $26.99. And this is one of their top-of-the-line versions. It was Wine of the Year, I believe, in 1997. And this is the Cinq Cépages. You got to say it like that, nice French thing there. Remember last week I had problems with French words, but I like saying that one. It kind of rolls off the tongue. This one goes for about $75. So we're going to really enjoy this one. I've been looking forward to trying that one. This first one that we're going to try, I have around on occasion. It is a more of a probably dark berries, which you get a lot in the Cabernets. A little bit of cherry in there, not so much as the Pinot Noirs or something like that, but there is a bit of cherry that I usually find in here. And still there today. We'll give it a shot here. Alcohol is good, not too strong. I think it's just slightly under 14%. Finish could go a little longer, I think, but still, for the wine, it's a nice wine. It's not terribly complex, but I know my fiance loves this wine. Speaking of my fiance, she hates this shirt, so I'm wearing it tonight. She doesn't say she hates the shirt. She just says it's not one of my favorites. That's code for I really don't like it at all. So, but I'm not going to say that about this wine. I do like this wine. If you're just knocking a couple of steaks out on the grill, this is a nice wine to put along with it, and so I would recommend this one. But there's other wines to taste. All right, this is the what I would call, from my show last week, I'm assuming, we haven't gotten into it yet, a two-dimensional one that's a little more complex, has a little bit more going on. And one of the interesting things that I have found when I get to wines that are maybe a little more complex, have a little bit more diversity in the on the palate, I think I made up a new phrase there, is that folks and friends of yours who aren't really into wine, they're probably going to prefer this over these here, just because of the fact that this is easier. It's a little more subtle and doesn't, and not to dumb them down or anything, but they like a wine that's smooth and they don't have to think about a lot. It's just enjoyable. And that's a very good wine for that. Okay, this one is a little different. Got some dark fruit there, but I'm also getting possibly like a leather tone in there. Maybe some type of tea is in there, but I also, as usual with the cabs, you get the little bit of dark fruit. Much longer finish on this already, and you get on the palate going back, the berries become very pronounced, and it's a very enjoyable wine. Also, alcohol very good on this one as well. I believe all of these are right around the 14% range. I'm not feeling anything that's standing out, exploding on the tongue, or anything like that. The other thing is that the tannins on this wine are not that harsh. So you might be able to get away with this with your non-experienced wine friends, and you still get to enjoy something rather nice. It's very nice wine. I've been a fan of the Chateau Saint Jean wines for some time, and all this is doing is just reinforcing that already. All right, the Big Daddy. This one, as I said, was Wine of the Year a number of years ago. It's retained a fairly good reputation, fairly excellent reputation since that time, and so it's gone through changes. This is, I believe, 10 years after that one. It's a good name for a band. All right, this is, it's a little more herby, whether it's sage, oregano, something like that. It just sort of smells like when I open up the cabinet and I'm going to cook, and you've got the the spice cabinet and you've got all that there. Maybe even like bay leaf or something like that. Not really sure which one it is, but got that on it. Let's give it a taste. Might be a little young. I think this would round off a little bit in a year, a couple of years, but it's still a very enjoyable wine. I don't know if that was the alcohol. I got a little bit of alcohol when I first, when it hit the palate there, it sort of jumped on me. But this is a very enjoyable wine as well. It's $75, so you better really like it. But it is a very nice wine. All of these are very nice, and for those of you who've been drinking wines for some time, maybe you go with this one here, or even try this one here if you haven't. If you're new to wines and you want a wine that you can bring out, impress the party goers at your house, you can go with this one here. This is a nice wine. It has a nice taste to it. A little bit of cherry is a little bit different than some of the cabs, definitely different than the ones you have here. These are a more elegant tasting wine. When I'm talking about the leather and the herbs and things like that, you're getting into very select areas that come from how the wine is made. So I thank you for joining us. The studio, I just hid that because it's a little messy in here. But we're working on a nice bar area here and a nice little set that hopefully you'll see next week. If not next week, right after that. We also have some more surprises coming for you. We're planning, we may even have a co-host at some point on the show. And if you can, down there is Facebook, and click on the like button when you get to that page. We'd really appreciate that. We're also doing Twitter, and sign up for that. It's Wino Updates. I'm the Wino, and we'd appreciate you doing that. So that's tonight's show. We'll be back next week with another show. Not sure what we're going to do yet. We'll see how it happens. But thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week right here on the Wine Stain.